Hello, first graders. It's Miss Trapani. You can see that I have a friend with me. That is my friend, Billy the Scarecrow, and he's going to help me today so that we can all draw a scarecrow together. So get your paper and your pencil ready and tune in to this video to see how to draw a simple scarecrow. Okay, we're going to start drawing our scarecrow. So I have my paper vertical so that I can make my scarecrow tall. And I'm going to start out by drawing a U shape in the center of my paper, leaving a little bit of space at the top for my scarecrow's hat. Next, what I'm going to do is make a line right under the bottom of my U. That's where his shoulders are going to be, because a scarecrow is usually built on a pole, so he doesn't really have a neck. Okay. Now I think I'm going to start drawing his hat so I can finish the part up here with a curved line. Right? For the top of his hat, I could make it pointed like a triangle, or I could make it kind of wavy like a straw hat. I think I'm going to make it sort of wavy like this up top. And I'm going to connect this line by curving it around a little bit behind where this line stops so that it looks like the brim of his hat goes behind this shape. Now my hat looks a little bit three-dimensional. You could add some details here, maybe like a ribbon across the top of the hat. You could do a little piece of straw or a little flower up here if you wanted. And I'm going to draw my scarecrow's face now. I could do circles for the eyes. You could make the circles look like buttons if you wanted to. Sometimes the scarecrow is built out of different things that you have around the house. So they might sew on buttons. And same thing with the nose. Sometimes it's a patch of fabric that's stitched on. So I'm going to make some lines around it so that it looks like it's been sewn onto my scarecrow's face. Your choice on the smile. You could make it happy. You could make him look kind of mean to scare the crows away. I'm going to kind of go in between. Maybe I'm going to make it kind of a wavy smile. So now he's really coming to life. Don't worry about the straw for the hair. We're going to add that in a minute. Next, I'm going to make 2 vertical lines on each end for the arms. And I'm going to bring this shape back in and down. So we're not going to see our whole scarecrow's body, just probably his shirt, basically. The scarecrow usually has gloves on, and it's okay if your shape goes off of your page here. If you don't have enough space, I wouldn't worry about it. Five fingers. Here I'm going to show you 2 video clips of how to draw the scarecrow's clothing 2 ways. One with a collared shirt and one with overalls. It's your choice, or you could mix the 2 methods together. I'm going to make it so my scarecrow's wearing maybe a collared shirt. Maybe he's wearing the farmer's old flannel shirt. I can do 2 triangles here. And I could make it so it looks like he has buttons going down his shirt. All I'm using is simple shapes. Maybe I'll do the same thing on the cuffs. So it looks like a collared shirt. I'll show you another way that you could draw the shirt in just a minute. You could also make it so that your scarecrow is wearing overalls. Sometimes he's wearing the farmer's old overalls. I could do 2 lines that come down, cross here, diagonal, diagonal. So overalls usually have a patch. So you can see those are two different ways to draw the Scarecrow shirt and clothing. And I think I'm going to continue on with this drawing. You can see that I made it so that his expression's a little mad to scare the crows away. Next, what you could do is you could make it look like your Scarecrow is wearing a plaid shirt. So I'm going to get my crayons out. First thing I'm going to do is make it so that my Scarecrow has some straw for the hair. They're usually stuffed with straw. You usually see some coming out of the hat. Maybe there's a little bit coming out here by his neck. A bit coming out here. And then to make his plaid shirt, I'm going to get a couple different colors. Maybe red, blue, maybe I'll use an orange. And I'm going to do some lines that cross each other. So I'm going to make my red lines go across the shirt, but you can see I stopped where the overalls are. The shirt looks kind of cool just like that. You could leave it like that if you want, or if you want to make it look a little bit more like it's plaid, you can do some lines that cross. So we did our horizontal lines. Now I'm doing my vertical lines that cross through. Can't forget the cuffs here. Maybe I'll add one more line going in between some of these for his plaid shirt. And then if you have paint, you could use watercolor paint on this. I'm just going to finish it with my crayons. Maybe I'm going to color the shirt yellow. Somehow I lost the green crayon in my box. I'm not sure where it went. Otherwise, I probably would have used green because I think that would have looked good with his overalls. Maybe I'll use this blue for his overalls because they're blue jeans. Now that I've finished coloring my Scarecrow, maybe I want to draw something in the background. Maybe I could draw a bird. I guess he's not a very good Scarecrow if he has a bird sitting on his shoulder, but I think it looks kind of fun. Maybe I could draw a cornstalk growing behind him because he's in the fields. All I'm using are some zigzag lines to do that. Here's my husks of corn growing from the plant. Maybe you want to draw a sun behind him. Maybe it's a nice sunny day in the fields. You could add a horizon line so that we can see where the sky and the ground meet each other here. You could add some texture lines for this field. All right, I'll check back in with you guys when I'm all done with my Scarecrow. I can't wait to see yours. All right, so you can see I finished my Scarecrow drawing. I actually used a little bit of paint, watercolor paint, to do some of the bigger areas. So if you have those types of paints at home, you could do that, or you could just color the rest of it. What I'm gonna do is create a flip grid, and it's gonna be posted with this video in your Google Classroom. You can follow the directions, and you can use it to share your artwork. And I will see you guys next week. Happy creating!